Hello, Husker fans. How y'all doing? This is John Johnston, Coronation. But I'd take a few minutes and to ask you a simple question. How is your Husker morale doing? It's 9 degrees today, which is kind of like a heat wave. I know the country's gone through a mess of shit lately. All that cold down south in Texas, where I have some relatives, and I know we can live up here in the north end and live in this shit and make fun of them, but I know they're also not prepared for this. They're not winterized. They don't dig their plumbing into the ground like we do. They don't expect this kind of weather, so they're getting their asses kicked. So if you're down there in the south and you're getting your ass kicked, I hope you come out of this okay and not too much damage. But here we are in the middle of February, still in this fucking pandemic. We went through a Husker football season that wasn't the greatest. Our basketball team just finally won their first game in over a year, beating Penn State by 1 point. They had the number 6 team in the nation, Illinois, on the ropes, but they couldn't finish with 16 seconds left, and one of the worst last 16 seconds of a game that I can remember ever. But that's Nebraska basketball, kind of, isn't it, throughout their history? I know you'd like to pretend we had some good years in Nebraska basketball, and we kind of did underneath for a little bit, but let's be honest, it's been the shit end of the stick for basketball most of our history, our careers, our lives, most of my life. It's kind of depressing. Because I am a Husker. I am, unfortunately, tied to this much closer than I probably should. Probably not a whole lot of football news going on, and even if it is, you have to wait months before anything really positive happens. They're talking about having a spring game on May 1st, and that's kind of neat. May 1st. Will anybody be able to go to it? Does it really count as a spring game if we can't go? I haven't even really been outside in days. It's been -10, -20 here. I'm sure a lot of people had it worse. I'm coming outside. I didn't even get enough gumption to go out in the woods. I'm just sitting in my backyard, just kind of lazy. But my wife took the tank, so that's the 4-wheel drive. It can't really go a lot of places that I go. Nebraska baseball schedule got released just a couple hours ago, and conference only schedule, which pretty much screws the baseball teams in the Big Ten because they won't have an RPI to speak of. It looks like Nebraska is going to start out the season ranked about 7th or 8th in baseball, which sounds depressing to me. Here's the thing with baseball. I know that football is the big ego sport for Nebraskans. It's the one we've relied on for years. Through most of my life, it was Tom Osborne kicking ass, and then it was other coaches trying to kick ass. And, all together, we've stuck together in all sorts of shitty weather, and here we are. Scott Frost isn't much for being a talkative guy in public. We saw a bunch of transfers that, didn't really amount to that much. We went through a signing day that really wasn't a signing day anymore because everybody signs early. We did get that Hawaiian linebacker dude, and we got Avante Dickerson went off to Oregon sight unseen, and I understand that. When I was a young kid, all I wanted to do was get the hell out of western Nebraska and go somewhere else. Unfortunately, the only place, or maybe, fortunately, because I had a good life. It's not over yet. I'm glad I went to the University of Nebraska, even if it kind of isn't really that much fun right now. I'm still a Husker. Baseball is important to me because it's the spring sport. It's the thing you look forward to, and it's fun. It's not 300 games long like the Major League Baseball shit is. And you know, we can be good at baseball, and maybe we have. Last year we started to show signs of a good offense, and I know we don't have a lot of pitching experience, but they might be talented. And I look forward to every year after the first game of baseball for some people on Twitter saying we should fire the Nebraska baseball coach. It's always fun. I don't even know who the pitching coach is this year. I'm going to have to look into this shit. We're going to have to start to get our previews going. Anyway, I thought I'd touch base with you. Let me know how you're doing. How's your Husker morale? I hope you're all doing well. Things really still fucking suck right now. Someday they will get better, and we'll all get back together in better weather. Go Big Red. Thanks for listening.